Welcome to I Finally Get It. This week, we welcome David Barras, CEO of Bully Industrial. Joining us in studio, as always, Dustin Webb, our producer. I'm your host, Jeff Martin. Let's get it.
I would say I finally get the part where I probably need to, separate and take a look at, more visionary, kind of like we talked about the other day, explaining how the visionary is probably in the business development is where I need to be as opposed to being just in the business and trying to grind it out with my team. My team's quite capable. I got a pretty damn amazing team on board, and I need to let them do their thing.
Yeah, let them do their thing, create that expertise. One of my favorite authors and business gurus is Michael Gerber, and he's the one who kind of coined that phrase, don't work in your business, work on your business. So What I'm hearing you say is you need to get out of the day-to-day running of the thing and do what you do best for the company, right?
Sure.
How'd you get into Bully? So I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit fascinated with your company. It's hydro evacuation or hydrovac.
Excavation.
Excavation. Hydro excavation. Tell me more about that because it's pretty fascinating.
Simple terms. So what we do is we take water, we dig with pressurized water, we dig in the soil, and we open up the ground, and we basically have a suction. It's like a big jacked up shop vac, and so we take the soil that we're blasting and cutting the ground. We take the soil and we suck it up and we put it in the back of the truck. And basically, what it provides is a safe way to dig for our customers, so they're not dropping an auger in the ground or dropping a bucket in the ground and hitting AT&T or Cox's fiber line or sewer. Water, any gas pipelines, which sets us apart from the traditional way of digging. And it's called hydro excavation, so water, and basically we excavate with a suction.
I'd like to do like a video to show how that sucker shoots water down in there, and that vacuum just pulls it out, makes a perfect hole.
Sure.
It's unbelievable. Sure. What are the uses of that? I know like telephone poles and things like that.
Yeah, so one of our biggest industries that we work in is the power industry, utility power. We do a lot of work for local companies like Entergy, across their 5 business units. We have trucks spread out from Texas all the way to Georgia right now. What we do for them is basically open up for power poles, underground conduit. We open up ground for pipeline companies. Anybody that needs to dig a hole in the ground, we can
dig a hole. You can go do it.
That's right.
It's that's amazing. So as you grow, what is the next thing what other applications of it can you get into?
We want to aim more into the pipeline business, into the construction business, and LNG would be another avenue that we can pursue. Yeah, long-term work, opportunities for growth.
That's amazing. How'd you get into this?
So after let's see, I was in the offshore supply boat business, family owned business, 3rd generation. I tell you, that's a tough business, and and the communication part. So this one, we have better communication because it's all here, right? All everybody's got cell phones. Well, it's offshore. You got to have sat phones, and now they have the Wi-Fi, and you can do Wi-Fi calling. So those guys can use these things. You just got to have some kind of Wi-Fi on the boat. Yeah, whether the companies. The companies pretty much all have it now, but before it was a challenge because if we had crew problems on the boat or this captain smoking pot, whatever, who knows what he's doing, then next thing you know, platforms calling me saying, hey, we got a problem with the boat. Well, we can ring them up on a CB sideband radio, and that's unreliable. You got to drive to back in the day, you had to drive to the office, go get on the radio.
That's crazy.
And go call them, hit the button, the ringer, and call them, and then basically tell them, hey, we need to send the boat in or whatever. Or you can call the platform and say, hey, we need to send the boat in. Well, platform wants to know how are you going to service him, because you're taking his boat from him, but you're taking the boat in to go get rid of that guy, or maybe piss test him, or whatever. It's just crazy, man. Crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Well, such and such basically said he's going to bed, and whenever the boat gets in, he's quitting. Or, as we get better communications, hey, I'm coming into the dock tonight, but if I can't get a raise to X, I'm leaving. I'm leaving when I get to the dock. And sure enough, I'd give him a raise, but in 2 weeks or another week, whatever, when the boat would come in another week, I'd have their replacement at the dock. And when they got to the dock, I would say, hey, you can go ahead and go, because this guy's taking your spot. You get me once, but you're not going to get me twice.
I love that.
It blows my mind.
I love that.
I went from operating in the boat business as out of school. Grandfather started the business. Dad took over that business in '79. I bought out that business from my dad in 2010. I built that company up, sold off my 7-boat company, and basically was in I started a marine brokerage business. That business was taken off, and so I had a friend of mine that was in the hydrovac business, and he approached me and said, hey, man, I want you to look at this deal. And so anyway, long story short, looked at the deal. Fast forward, we're 4.5 years into it, and, we're growing. We're, challenges every day, just like every other business, but we're rolling with the punches and making the best of it.
So growing up in the marine industry, and your grandfather and your father being entrepreneurial, did you always have that entrepreneurial bug?
Always knew that that's kind of what I wanted to do, getting through high school and basically seeing that they were both successful in it. So it gave me a itch and an urge to want to do it myself.
And so, you grow up around that, and that's right. What you know.
That's right.
Where'd you grow up, in Morgan City or
New Iberia?
You grew up in New Iberia?
Yeah.
Okay. Because so many of the boat guys I know are like Morgan City,
sure.
Houma, in that area.
Sure.
Who inspired you? Who would you say was your inspiration?
I would say both my grandfather and my dad.
Yeah.
Both were inspirations in me wanting to be in that business, but in basically just in life in general.
So tell me about your family. You're here in Lafayette now, right?
Here in Lafayette, yep. I got a wife and 2 kids, and we. It's a daily grind. Between sports and work, I think I got a little bit of time for work and a lot of time for sports and school. So
no doubt about it.
It's we work hard, play hard.
That's right. And that's the philosophy of Louisiana, work hard and play hard. Well, y'all do work hard at Bully. I'm gonna tell you what, y'all make it happen though.
We do, man. Like I said, we have a really good team. Management team is top notch, and everybody's doing the best they can with field employees and trying to make the best of working with people.
It's always about people.
No doubt.
They make or break you. And so, how do y'all find good people?
So we have a couple of different recruiting ways to recruit, I guess, better said. We go through the Indeeds and the other platforms that they have out there, but our most successful recruiting process is basically the operators that we currently have, or even the technicians that we currently have. Those guys have either friends that they work for or work with previously, mm-hmm. or somebody that they know that is trustworthy that we can bring into the fold and make an operator or a technician out of them.
I just happen to know you're looking for operators and technicians. With those guys, you're looking for CDL drivers?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. So our operators are CDL drivers. Most of them are Class A.
Yeah. Okay. And they drive. What I love about what you've told me about the company is you go out on 2-man crews, where some of these hydrovac companies all over the country will try to be more efficient and save money, and
sure.
It's a 1-man crew, and it's much, much more dangerous.
Sure.
And so I love the fact that you have a driver and a tech, and they go out together to make sure that nothing happens.
Correct.
It says a lot about Bully. It says a lot about you.
Sure. No, that's it. To me, look, I won't say that we don't ever do it, but if we're going to have a a client, then they're going to have some of their crew out there to help out, spot the truck, backing up, so on and so forth. If we have that ability, then we can go and send a single guy because we have extra guys that are going to be on site. But for us just to go send a single guy out there to dig holes and operate that truck by himself, to me, it just, first things first, safety of people. I want everybody to, come to work with 10 fingers, 10 toes and do the same when they head home. So.
Yeah. You came out of the marine industry and you could basically say that you were in sales, right? Business development. And that's kind of, your sweet spot, and that's what you've done. But how do you go from the marine industry to the hydrovac industry? And because it had to be some kind of learning curve.
Huge learning curve, but it's really the same. It's all about people. And it's all about equipment. The only difference with these trucks is that they don't float. We have
I get it. I finally get it. Here at Company Growth Academy, we've begun teaching 20-minute growth strategies. They're free, they're fast, and they're full of information to help you grow your company. For more information and to sign up for our advanced notification list, just go to 20togrow.com, 20togrow.com. Let's get it.
We have a 2-man crew, and instead of a 4-man crew, which we had on the supply boats and the tugboats. Learning curve, yes, customer wise. But as far as operating day to day, it's very similar. If, now that I get into it, at first I was like, oh man, it's totally different, but it's really not. It's really the same. It's all about people and it's all about equipment, maintaining the equipment and maintaining relationships with customers and people. But getting out there and meeting the new customers, that was the tough part. And that was, drinking through a fire hose. It's just every day. But it's in my nature to go get it done. So I didn't have that coming into this business, and I dove in head first and brought in some more people, and it's pretty, jam packed with action every day.
Oh yeah, what you're doing is working. So I love what you said though. It's about people, it's about the equipment, and just providing a service.
Sure.
You do exactly what you say you're going to do. You're gonna dig a hole safely. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And it's going to be there for them. And so when your crews go out, I swear to you, I'm fascinated. Like, how many holes can they dig if they're putting a row of telephone poles?
It all depends on the size of the telephone pole. If it's a 90-foot pole and 4-foot diameter, that's going to be a bigger hole because they're going to have to go deeper to go bigger diameter. 50-foot pole, probably looking at 2 foot by 7 to 9 foot deep, maybe 9 foot deep. We can probably knock out anywhere from 8 to 10, sometimes 12. It all depends. On one run,
right?
It all depends. It all depends on how fast that the customer will let us dig. Because sometimes they want us to stay right in front of them. We might only get 3 or 4 in a whole day. They want to set the pole.
Gotcha.
But our ability is way more than that. But some of them just want us to hang out.
Understood. Understood. That's so neat.
Yeah.
So what would you tell somebody who is in a family-run business and looking to go out on their own?
Take a deep breath. Man, pursue your dreams. Go for it. Surround yourself with some people that have been there. Don't go try to swing the bat and blindly go into it. Surround yourself with the people that you trust and that have been there, and go hard. Yeah.
I love that. And again, you just keep emphasizing it's about the people. It's about the people you serve and the people who
Sure.
Work with you.
100%.
As you deal with your clients and you deal with your team, how do you try to leave them different and better than before that interaction?
I try to make it a point to if I see and I'm all over the place, whether I'm traveling for business development or traveling to visit a client in the field. When I run into one of our employees at the office, I always want to go over there and go shake their hand and go tell them hi and just say, hey man, how was the day? make sure that they feel like they're part of the team and not just, I'm some snobby CEO boss man. I don't feel like that at all. I'm the same guy that I was when, I was 5 years old, and I'm the same person through and through. I care about people. I want to make sure that our employees basically feel like, that they're part of the team, but they're a person.
Yeah. Yeah. That's huge. That's a light bulb moment. That's the way to end it. I mean, it's what you're all about, man. Thanks again for joining in on I Finally Get It. For more information on David and what he's got going on, visit the show notes. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Hey, at Company Growth Academy, we've started doing 20-minute growth strategies. These are 20-minute lessons to help you grow your company. All you have to do to sign up to be on the advanced notification list is go to 20togrow.com, 20togrow.com. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a light bulb moment, or you have a game-changing moment that you'd like to share with other business owners and entrepreneurs, reach out to me at jeff@ifinallygetit.com.